Al-Qaeda, from Al-Qaeda it was terrorists, from terrorist insurgents, now it's a civil war. Well, Minister Farrakhan ain't never did none of that.
That's right.
Consistently he's been saying.
That's right.
Consistently he's been saying and doing.
You're right.
Consistently. Okay, well, I mean, if the man is making money, well, damn. He has never revealed the poverty psychology.
You're right.
That some of these places want you to reveal, or true faith is a poverty-stricken. No, the teaching says set yourself in heaven at once.
That's right.
At once, but you got to do it psychologically first. So I just want to say that for those who may be watching this DVD, I'm a Moorish American, but I am not asleep.
Exactly.
I got in the teachings of Elijah Muhammad at 12, and I will never deviate. Now there may be some things I need to work on that I've read, and I haven't probably come to the understanding yet, and I pray to the Most High God understanding.
Yes, sir.
But I'll be daggone if I turn coat now. You know what I'm saying? When the civilization is going down, I'm a punk out. You know what I'm saying? What man do you know that's willing to stand up?
That's right.
What man? You know, so I just wanted to share that because, you know, you got a lot of Moors now, a lot of Moorish Americans that player hating. But what you doing?
True.
You know?
True.
What?
That's right.
Where's your building? Where's your stuff? You know what I'm saying? Where's the brothers on the street with a pamphlet? How come Moors aren't wearing their pheasants out in the public?
That's right.
You know, crack that box. You understand? So I'm just giving off a little steam, you know, but it's all love. It's all love. You know, but I just need to say that because lots of times, you know, for me, I love my family, you know, but for someone to say to me, April 15th or April 17th, I don't care what religion, I don't care what faith, you better have my money by 12 midnight. And I've been paying taxes for a long time. And if I'm in an environment or part of a group, fraternity, or whatever, and it's not dealing with the collection or collective aspect of the human family, then I don't want to be in it. You can't tell me, Noble Drew Ali said, the purpose of the Moorish Science Temple of America is the uplifting of fallen humanity, but yet you're going to stay a little private club and nobody can get down with you. And everybody else is wrong, but you're right. Noble Drew Ali is one of the most powerful juristic persons on the planet. This land belongs to us.
Right.
If you study the teachings of Noble Drew Ali, and if you study and you map out how he did the thing and went to Cuba and was accepted as a leader, how he did it, you will understand that this belongs to us, but if I can convince you, you came from across the sea. And you were brought over here.
Come on.
Then when you legally and lawfully try to claim the land, then you will be considered an alien according to the Constitution. But if you claim that you are an indigenous, sovereign, aboriginal, native of this land, then you have claimed the land. Because it's about land grabbing right now.
That's right.
It's a land grab right now, y'all. It's a land grab.
You're right.
So if you study it says in the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple, and this is in chapter 47, Egypt, the capital empire of the Dominion of Africa. We are in West Africa, y'all, for real.
That's right.
We are in West Africa.
That's right.
Or what they call a Mecca.
That's right.
Okay? There's a book called When Rocks Cry Out by Horace Butler. They found mosques in Cuba, Puerto Rico, Mexico, mosques. All along Brazil, all over there. You know what I'm saying? All along there. You know, there was connection with Africa and the Americas. As a matter of fact, before this great cataclysmic cataclysmic event that separated the land masses when the land was once one. They called it Pangea.
Mm-hmm.
It was all connected. America here was actually considered Atlantis.
Mm.
That's Homer, a Greek philosopher. Homer wrote about this land that was across this great sea. And there was an island in the middle. And on the other side of an island was a great civilization.
Mm-hmm.
And we were here. Along the Mississippi were Nile. The Mississippi Nile were nothing but pyramids. Mound builders, they call it. Washita.
Down in Georgia.
Down in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
What is the symbol of New Orleans? Anybody know? The star and the crescent. When you watch the Katrina thing on the police vehicles, the star and the crescent upside down. Because New Orleans, that was us. All of that was part of us. We were here. Noble Ali had a strategic, legal, lawful aspect of understanding how the word game was played in Persia. They changed to Iraq or Iran. In the book of Genesis, it talked about in the Garden of Eden was the Tigris and the Euphrates River. Well, where's that at but Iraq, where they fighting at now?
Right. Right.
That was the land of the Sumerians. The oldest recorded historic civilization ever. And they over there right now destroying all of the evidence of who we are, was, and forever shall be. So Noble Drew Ali was born in 1886, okay, in the state of North Carolina. It may not have been North Carolina state, but the state of mind that North Carolina was in. He was born in a state and time of mental servitude. He was a prophet in their midst. Because he was coming with the legal and lawful aspect of using the system to free yourself through the system. That's why the 13th Amendment and 14th and 15th Amendment has nothing to do with us. Abraham Lincoln ain't free nobody.
That's right.
He took what Abraham Lincoln did, right? He took the Negro from being a private property, and he took the Negro and moved the Negro more to the federal property of the United States government.
Absolutely.
And that's why your name is in all capital letters on your Social Security card and all ID. It's called your straw man. Look up on the internet how to reclaim your straw man. You'll see it. All of us are affected.
That's right. That's right.
Look up the rights, the universal rights of a child. And it will tell you, at birth, a child has the right to a nationality and the religion of nationality, a birthright, has a right.
That's right.
To a nationality and a birthright. This is international law. But someone named us Negroes, which in Latin means black.
That's right.
Then we was black, which means evil, wicked, and gruesome, and absence of light. And then it was Afro, which is a hairstyle American. Then it's African American, and African American, well, which part of Africa you come from, because it's like 52 now.
That's right.
In Africa, were you from Zimbabwe? Were you from Ethiopia? Were you, Nigeria? So, where's your identity? Does the African American have an embassy, a flag, a constitution? Do you have an ambassador? If you get any issues, can you go to D.C. to the African American embassy? No. So, it says here, chapter 1147. Egypt, the capital empire and dominion of Africa. The inhabitants of Africa are descendants of the ancient Canaanites from the land of Canaan. Old man Cush and his family are the first inhabitants of Africa who came from the land of Canaan. His father, Ham, and his family were second. Then came the word Ethiopia, which means the demarcation line or dividing line of the dominion of Amexem, which is over there where supposedly it's right up there where Egypt, where the pyramids are. It says the dominion of Cush, northeast and southeast Africa, and northwest and southwest was his father's dominion of Africa. In later years, many of his brethren from Asia and the Holy Lands joined them. The Moabites from the land of Moab, who received permission from the pharaohs of Egypt to settle and inhabit the northwest Africa. That's here, northwest Africa. They were the true possessors of the present Moroccan Empire. See, the Moroccan Empire stretched all over and over here. It wasn't Morocco where they broke down, the colonials broke it down, because they had to break it down and break the names down. See, Nigeria and Liberia, Ghana, all that was Songhai and Mali. They took it from Songhai and Mali and chopped it up. You know, and then they chopped it up a little more. Then the dialect of the people was chopped up where they couldn't communicate anymore. This thing is heavy, man. It's the same soup warmed up all over again. It says, with their Canaanite, Hittite, and Amorite brethren who sojourned from the land of Canaan seeking new homes. It says, according to all true and divine records of the human, there is no Negro, black, or colored race attached to the human family, because all the inhabitants of Africa were and are of the human race, descendants of the ancient Canaanite nation from the holy land of Canaan. Listen, what your ancient fathers were, you are today without doubt or contradiction. There is no one who is able to change man from his descendant nature of his forefathers unless his power extends beyond the great universal creator, Allah himself. Simple. That's what it's all about. Right now what's going on is the fact that this land don't belong to those who are occupying it now.
That's right. That's right.
What is the United States of America?
A corporation.
It's a corporation. Washington, D.C. only. 10 miles by 10 miles. 10 miles square. That's the United States of America. Anything else outside of it is not United States of America Incorporated. Don't you know that they have what they call the Northern Alliance, the North NAFTA, North American Trade. They are building, they have and are already in the process of building a superhighway with 10 lanes from Canada straight down into the center of North America down to Mexico. Why do you think they aimed the borders? They're crying about the borders and they ain't trying to fix the borders. Because they already made a deal with Fox, the president of Mexico. They made a deal with Canada. They splitting it down the middle because America's done. Been bought out in debt forever until somebody buys it. This is why she got to be removed. And this is why all the chaos is happening as a distraction for us, so we won't see the moves that they making. Check this out. What makes rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes? The earth is covered under water approximately 3/4 of its surface. The sun and moon have an attracting power on our planet while it travels at the terrific speed of 1,037 1/3 miles per hour on its way around the sun. The sun draws this water up into the earth's rotation, which is called gravitation, in a fine mist that the naked eye can hardly detect. As this mist ascends higher and increasing with other mist of water in different currents of atmosphere until she becomes heavier than gravitation. Then she distills back in the forms of drops of water or drops of ice, which depends on how heavy the mist was or the current of air she was in. There are some layers of current real cold and warm, and some very swift and changeable. When this mist strikes a cold current, it becomes solid ice in small round drops in form or a light fluffy form, which is called snow. But this water is never drawn above 6 miles of the Earth's surface by the sun and moon. The reason it rains back on our planet is because the water cannot get out of the Earth's atmosphere with its high speed of rotating around the sun makes it impossible. Earthquakes is caused by the Son of Man experimenting with high explosives. In fact, all that above is caused by the Son of Man.
That's right.
It says the earth belongs, it says the earth is covered. Being covered relates to the covering of your brain within a body of water. Your brain sits within a body of water where electricity travels with ease. The 3/4, this equals 7. 3 plus 4 equals 7. 7 is the number of perfected man.
Right.
Perfected man must pass through all the ways of life. Without a foe, a soldier never knows his or her strength. And thought must be developed by the exercise of strength. So this physical flesh, the material world, must be a battlefield that we must fight. Fight in the sense of overcoming the pull of gravitational energy on our auric body. After giving up our birthright, Jacob and Esau,
Right.
Pocahontas story, in our gratification of our lower self, we will regain our lost estate, our heritage, but it must be done in a conflict that cannot be told in words. What does this mean? Birthright. A privilege granted by someone of virtue. A privilege granted to someone by virtue of birth.
Right.
A privilege granted to a firstborn. Well, you were firstborn
That's right.
on the planet.
That's right. That's right.
Well, Elijah Muhammad said
That's right.
66, 76 trillion
right.
years ago.
That's right.
We think caveman was there? Yeah, we was caveman? Oh. There's history that went beyond caveman.
That's right.
Caveman is only 6,000, about 6,000 years old.
Yes.
Kemet or Egypt was like 50,000 years old.
Indeed.
So who's the firstborn? So birthright is to the firstborn. It says lost, unable to find one's way, not won or used, no longer practiced or possessed, unable to function. Sound like us, huh? Helpless, absorbed, engrossed, estate, an extensive tract of land containing a large house, all of a person's possessions, especially those left after death, a stage or condition of life, heritage, property passed down by inheritance, something handed on from past generations, legacy, words, a meaningful speech, sound, or succession of speech sounds that can be represented by graphic symbols. This is why in Masonry, we what? We deal with signs and symbols.
That's right. That's right.
An argument, an assurance. This is what words is. An argument, an assurance, an order to do something. News. When you look at news, it's N-E-W-S, north, east, west, and south.
That's right.
The square.
That's right. That's right. Exactly.
A password or watchword.
That's right.
The lyrics or a musical composition. To express orally or in writing. The sun and moon attracting power on our planet relates to the cosmic force that you and I operate when we are or are not cooperating with our natural ether plane. When we are operating with something we love to do, our consciousness naturally performs at its highest capacity because we are in cosmic balance with purpose.
That's right.
which is Ma'at, an ancient Kemetic teaching.
That's right.
Libra is a sign of the scales of justice. Justice is a reward or penalty. Justice represents the star, and freedom, or to free the dome, is the sun. The moon is equality because it reflects all of the freedom's light. Even though it is borrowed light, it does not catch an attitude of its reflection. When freedom, the sun, and equality to the moon attracts the power of our consciousness, we automatically respond with justifiable action, depending on what state of consciousness that we are in. While we are traveling on this spaceship called Earth, the speed 1,037 and 1/3 adds up to 15. The letter 15 of the alphabet is O, a cipher, 360 degrees of free will, if we choose to use it. Our speed of evolution depends on our interplanetary speed. We can travel with this planet at 1,037 and 1/3 miles per hour, or we can go beyond that and travel at 24 billion miles per second, the speed of thought. We have the ability to time travel. Abraham time traveled when he went up a mountain. Moses went up a mountain. Jesus, Yeshua, was not only led up by the Spirit, which means astral projection, into the wilderness, he also went up a mountain and was transfigured.
That's right.
Well, what does mountain mean? Mountain means the highest state of consciousness.
That's right. That's right.
That's why when in the Ten Commandments with Charleston Heston, they showed Moses going up the mountain. When he came back, he looked white. He was transfigured. He was changed because he went up into higher states of elevated mind. It says Muhammad went up a mountain and had a spiritual experience. He too had an astral projective experience where in the hadiths, which are words of men, it says that he rode a animal-like creature called a burak. A burak. A burak is like an animal with wings, like a Pegasus or something. And basically, that animal flew him from Mecca to the Masjid Al-Aqsa, which is the Dome of the Rock, or Solomon's Temple, which back in Masonry is the soul of man. Solo man. Solo man. Solar or solar man. It says in Jerusalem, which in Latin, you take the J and pronounce it as H, you have Heru, Celeste. Or a Y, because there's no J in the Hebrew language, not Yiddish language, you get Jerusalem from Yahweh, Yeshua. Okay? It says Enoch went up and was said that he walked with God. Elijah was taken up in a whirlwind. These references just mean that they were able to transcend, transmute, and transfigure their thoughts beyond 1,037 and 1/3 miles per hour, which equals 6, which is taught in some circles.
That's right.
Limitation.
That's right.
The speed of the earth is by 6. However, man, which means mind, can go past physical limits, but past mental limits into cosmic infinity. Time never was when man was not. If life of man at any time began, a time will come when it will end. Man himself is neither the body nor the soul. He is a spirit and part of Allah. All thoughts of Allah are infinite. The thoughts of Allah are of the everlasting, are the everlasting days of the past unto the never-ending days to come. And so is man, spirit man. So freedom, the son of thought, draws water, wisdom, into your own rotation or conscious spin, it causes the law of gravitation or to occur. This energy is in a fine mist or in a fine element called ether. The naked eye can hardly detect it because the eye is naked. It has not yet been clothed with spiritual armor to protect it from other harmful elements or other states of consciousness. It is like wearing sunglasses with UV protection. The third eye is what I'm speaking about.
That's right. That's right.
See, it's in a fine mist that the naked eye can hardly detect. You see? See, the naked eye can't detect fine things because it's naked.
That's right. That's right.
But when you close that eye with the proper filtering, you can see the fine mist and detect it. When I was out there in the world and I was consuming poison,
That's right.
I couldn't get it. I knew I had something in it. I knew I was brought up a certain way, but it didn't click. But when I put the poison down, and I started researching and studying self, and like in the movie The Matrix, I started learning about certain powers that I had in life.
That's right.
Floating and stuff. You know, my eyes started to be coated. It started to be filtered. And then I was able to see a phony Negro.
Come on. Come on.
Because it reflected back on the phoniness within self.
Yes.
Right.
So when my eye is naked, I'm blind. When my eye is closed and filtered, I'm able to see past the illusion of the world and the distractions therein.
That's right.
It says, are not your eyes the sentinels that watch for you? Yet how often are you unable to distinguish truth from error? Keep your soul in moderation. Teach yourself, teach your spirit to be attentive to its good. So shall be its ministers be always to you conveyances of truth. As your thought consciousness, as mist, ascends higher and increases its substantive power with additional wisdom, meaning water, in different currents of atmosphere, meaning polarities, and atmosphere representing, atmosphere meaning levels or states of mind. So when your consciousness as mist increases with wisdom, and you're in a different current of atmosphere or different polarity, your level or state of consciousness increases. And as you are increasing and still increasing the wisdom you possess, which is styled as she, because in the Bible, wisdom is she.
That's right. That's right.
That is what they call the yin polarity, or the yin and yang, the yin polarity. That is what is hidden. That is the hidden side of you. That's why men are more, what the hell, yeah. Women are more hidden. You know, that's why you understand y'all. You know, we understand y'all. Because the power of the woman is hidden. That's why in the Holy Quran it says about the woman in the womb. That's why Minister Farrakhan, through the teachings of Elijah Muhammad, taught that the woman is the laboratory of God.
Yes, sir.
The laboratory. This is the lab, man.
That's right. That's right.
In 9 months, you get thousands of years of evolution from a clot to a tadpole to something that looks like a reptile to a bird to an actual fetus, an actual baby. If you look at the birthing process, it's thousands of years of evolution in 9 months. Good God Almighty. It says, this wisdom, she distills to